So, hello YouTube. This is the first video on my channel, and hopefully this reaches the collective that it is supposed to. I truly believe if you come across this video, if it's sent to you, if it's on your recommendation page, whatever, you were meant to see this. And I just hope that the downloads that I got and the topics that we talk about, I hope that they can help you. So I'm a little nervous. I'm still like getting used to the ropes of it and everything, but hopefully this is able to help people. Hopefully it's able to guide people, you know what I'm saying? And in the future I'm gonna try to do one take videos, but this may have some editing in it simply because I'm still adapting, you know. But hopefully y'all can bear with me. But vulnerability, you know. So when you think of the word vulnerable, usually the first thing that will come to your mind is like open to attack, weak, right? But to me, vulnerability is a display of true strength. The ability to be vulnerable with the ones you love, the ability to foster genuine and authentic relationships, basically, right? A large majority of your relationships falls on your ability to be vulnerable. Because if you're not being vulnerable, you're not gonna tell somebody when you don't like something. You're not gonna tell somebody when maybe if you do like something and you might be scared that they would judge you for it. Things like that, you know what I'm saying? Those things stop you from having a genuine connection when you're like that. And I don't know if others have experienced in this field of things also, but for me, I was like that at a certain point in time. And in this time and day, in this age, traumatic events in people's lives manifest in like behaviors and trust issues and avoided attachment styles and emotional walls and blockages that stop us from being vulnerable, essentially, right? And it's understandable because who wants to let themselves get hurt? But you have to feel the ground to walk, basically. And let me explain that further. When you're walking, you have to feel the ground. And when you're feeling the ground, your feet might hurt sometimes. You might stub your toe. You might trip. And that's just a part of walking. It's a part of the privilege of walking. Walking is an amazing thing. It's a gift. I'm so grateful that I have two working legs. You know, and it's something that so many people take for granted. And it may seem unrelated, but when it comes to vulnerability in relationships, it's kind of like that also. You have to feel pain to also experience the amazing parts of relationships. If you just completely close up and stop yourself from feeling any type of pain, you stop yourself from truly getting close to people. You stop yourself from truly being open and loving and sharing your emotions, which are a part of you, a very deep part of you. And you create all types of blockages and things when you're not expressing yourself authentically, right? So I also got notes here that I'm going off of downloads that I got earlier. But like, yes, you can get hurt from being vulnerable, but it's a part of the privilege to connect with people on a deeper level, right? You handicap yourself when you put walls up. You aren't allowing your true thoughts and emotions to be expressed. You're bottling them up in fear of being hurt. And I just want you to understand, like, this is extremely detrimental to you. Like, maybe not everyone would be able to notice the damage that this does to you, but like when you're a person with something like one of the bipolar disorders, or like if you just have very volatile emotions, very strong emotions, you'll notice when you do things like this, it'll just stack up, it'll pile up until you just like explode eventually. That's why it's just, you have to convey these things, you have to express them, you have to be vulnerable. And it's counterintuitive because you're allowing the possibility of being hurt, but it opens you up to something that's beautiful, that's amazing within the connections that you have, right? Like, hmm, like when you're vulnerable, it's basically being vulnerable is basically step one. It's basically step one to being authentic in yourself, and I truly believe that. You know, through it you get to truly experience your relationships, your emotions, and your life in all its glory. And nowadays, people have grown to stay within their limits, to play it safe, and not take risks, not just in relationships or their emotions or being themselves, even in careers. It's not encouraged. It's encouraged to go the safer way. And that's just society, and it's understandable because the safer way is more guaranteed. It's less nerve wracking. Like it may be nerve wracking, but it's not as nerve wracking as taking a risk. But taking risks is what really brings in the beauty in life. You know, so the the pain and trauma and hurt that we have all experienced should make us shell up and live in fear and in survival mode. It should be the guidelines for our boundaries, something to triumph over with a phoenix-like resilience that then lets us appreciate the times our authenticity and love gets reflected back at us, right? Like it truly takes strength to be vulnerable, to continue getting back up and then reinforcing healthy boundaries, then continue being out there in the unknown and uncomfortable, where you can either be applauded for being you or be hurt for being you. And even being hurt for being you is something that's beautiful. It's better than walling up and not being you, because you have so much that just builds up inside of you when you do that. So it's better to just be you, no matter what, whether they hate you or they love you. You know what I'm saying? Screw them. And I say that with love. But like I said before, even being hurt for being you is something that's beautiful. In the person's action that hurt you, a mirror shows up, and it's a mirror that no man can escape. They may avoid it now, but it'll always come back every time, until they confront what about your authentic heart and soul bothered them so much, right? And those without this light that is brought about from vulnerability and authenticity, they despise people with it. They call them naive, ignorant, and young, and ignorant to the true cruelty of the world, right? And you see this trend, not to rag on any specific group of people, but I've noticed this trend where I've shared my thinking with people who are older than me, and they always regurgitate the same things. It's always, oh, I used to be like you. You'll see how the world is soon enough, or you haven't lived life, or you haven't experienced life yet. And I'm 19 years old. I would say, like, I've experienced a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things. And when people say things like that, it's, I don't know. I feel like it kind of shows their own hubris, their own ignorance, because they think that age is everything. But I'm telling you, age is, you can learn from anyone, older, younger, same age as you. You know what I'm saying? So this trend, it's like you just they just don't realize that they simply succumb to the cruelty that exists within themselves when they start to enter this line of thinking. And this cruelty, it comes from within. They had been cruel to themselves all along, not allowing for their emotions and thoughts to be expressed in fear of suffering from the cruelty of those around them, even if there are people who wouldn't be cruel to them for showing their light or being themselves. But they had their light taken away from others' cruelty. And through that, they begin being cruel to themselves, and that's where you see this result of people being bitter, mad at the world, and a lot of people who view optimism as stupid or dumb, they this is exactly what happened. And when you find yourself at the mercy of somebody's cruelty, don't hate them, pray for them. And this is an incredibly hard thing to do. I've talked to so many people, and being able to love somebody who wronged you is it's something people can't imagine at times, but it's truly an amazing skill if you can handle it, if you can build it. And I wish everybody could, you know what I'm saying? But just pray for these people when you're at the mercy of somebody else's cruelty, because we don't know the extent of how cruel they are to themselves internally. They may not even know, actually. They won't even know. And this that could be attachments, right? Just wish them love and peace and be on your way. Like, and you can't force them. You can't force them to learn or to become better. You can try to explain. Some will listen, some won't. I can't say for it. I can't speak for every single person. But everybody looks into the mirror on their own time. Everybody. So, take that as you will. But us, those with light, you have to become strong enough to love those who hurt you. And it isn't fair that we have to battle other people's inner cruelty and not stoop to their level. But it wins when we stoop to their level, their cruelty. Cruelty in general, evil, it wins when we stoop to their level. When we stop showing ourselves, allowing others to triumph over our emotions and true selves, it wins. And I'm not saying to, like, if somebody wrongs you, keep them around forever. No, obviously set boundaries, but don't hate. Forgive, love, and send them on their way. You know the proper judgment to make, whether to forgive a person or to cut them out completely. But even if you cut them out completely, I think that you should still be forgiving them and loving them. And loving them doesn't mean allowing them to walk all over you. Sometimes loving them is sending them away, because they will walk all over you, and it's not good for them. It's not good for you. It's not good for their karma. And try to look at it that way. I feel like, I'm not sure why, but humanity has made it a trend to look for enemies in others, to look for enemies in everyone, even yourself at times. I'm not sure why, but we're all souls. We're all human beings. We don't need to make enemies of each other, It makes no sense. So when you're battling somebody's cruelty, just forgive them and part ways, and just continue being vulnerable, because it allows for what is real to prosper within you, and it allows you to truly live life and savor each and every connection and emotion. Like, life is truly a wonderful thing. You know what I'm saying? Truly, truly, truly. And that's basically everything for my first video. I appreciate you so much if you listen through the whole thing, and I really hope that this can help you and it can help guide you. I truly just want to be of service with this channel to the world, to humanity, to the collective, to those with light in their souls. Everybody has light in their souls. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Everybody has light in their souls. It's just a matter of showing it.